Okay. Let's start the live stream now. Okay, I think this is on now. Okay, so hello everyone. Hi, how are you? Can you see me? Can you hear me now? Welcome back to my other live stream today. This is the 3rd of December 2022 on Saturday. And today I will review my performance in the month of November. I will show you how many trades I took and which pairs I took trades and where I enter trades and exit trades. Because I track all the records in the spreadsheet and also the screenshots. So let me start the live and share my performance. Also on the chat, I asked everyone, how was the trades in the month of November 2022? Are you winning or losing? Please vote if you are in the PC or mobile. And let's discuss our performance together. Okay, so let me first share the screen. Hold on, let me get ready just quickly, just hold on. Okay, so my trace and so looks like, yeah, the month of November we had lots of trendy markets, especially the JPY and also some also the USD pairs are trending, and some Euro pairs also. So yeah, let me get ready quickly and show my trace. Okay, so this is good, and let me see, just hold on. Okay, so all right, now let me switch the screen. Okay, and say hi to everyone first. All right, good to see you, Gigi, Sorosh, PW, and Dal SAS, Sammy, and Yahaya. Good to see you, Chitan, and Michelle, Robert, Win, Optimus, Ellie, and Kevin also. Good to see you. Thanks so much for joining. Yeah, I was going to put the break even, but looks like I can only put 2 options. And that's why I simply asked the community the win or loss. Yeah, okay, so first let me share the spreadsheet. Let me share the spreadsheet in the month of November, right? Okay. So here we go. So here is my overall performance in the month of November. So I took 8 trades. And yeah, I got 21.1% return. So it was a good month. The November was good month because I got over 20% of profit. And so out of 8 trades, I had yeah. So technically, so I take 2 positions at one time. So technically, I took 16 positions and 8 trades. And out of these 16 positions, win was 6 positions, loss was 8 positions, and break even was 2 positions. So overall, my win rate was 37.50. But I got overall profit return more than 20% this month because I got two big winners. One was the pound CAD. Well, actually, both ones were the pound CAD. I took pound CAD on the 15th of November and the 23rd of November. And the one I took on the 15th, I got 115 pips on two positions. And the one I took on the 23rd, I got 136 pips on two positions. So that gave me enough return and covered all the small losses, and my PF became 4.99, close to 5. So so PF is one of the important numbers for me because it shows the overall risk and the reward ratio in average. So PF5 means overall, if you add all the profits, all the losses, and you divide, and that was 5. So my overall risk and the reward ratio in average in the month of November was 1 to 5. And that's why even if the win rate was 37.5%, I was able to make 21% return. And this is my strategy. So I'm a trend follower, so basically once I capture the trending market, I simply be in the trade and keep holding the trade as long as it goes. And since I don't set the TP, but rather I follow the Ichimoku direction, and when Ichimoku stop trending, then that's when I look for an exit timing. So this is basically the targets based on the Ichimoku, not the prices, not the resistance and supports, and that's why this is what actually gave me. So yeah, the overall it was a winning month. So but along the way I had some small losses. The first trade I took was a Euro JPY, which I posted on the 7th of November. At 9:10 a.m. I took the buy, and the market went back, and I got the loss of 20 pips. So now let me break it down to my trades one by one and explain how I enter trades and exit trades, and because I put all the records in Discord. So like this, before I move on to the details, for you also, I highly recommend everyone to track your numbers like this, and simply track numbers manually in a spreadsheet. And it doesn't have to be like this kind of spreadsheet. This spreadsheet is actually for GTS members and KTS Academy members, and also myself. But the most important number are only two. One is the PF, profit factor, and the second is the max drawdown per trade. Because if you keep the losses small, then it becomes easier to cover on the future big profits. So my max drawdown per trade in the month of November was only 0.89%, which was on the first trade, Euro JPY. So just keep the losses small is usually what I say, and it should be also reflected on your spreadsheet also. If you don't use a spreadsheet, then check the broker's performance review. I'm sure MT5, MT4, you can also download the performance, and you can check the max drawdown percentage. This should be less than 1% if you take 1% to stop loss. If you take 2% to stop loss, then max drawdown should be less than 2%. So this is something you check first. And then the PF should be more than 3 in live trades, and you should be profitable in the long run. So yeah, so that was my overall performance here. Okay, yeah, thanks for joining everyone. Great to see you. I see more members coming in now. Kevin, Nam, Aminar, and MH, Mausa, CMR, TikTok. Thank you so much. Chetan and Jitendra, PW, yeah, Daniel, Alfonso, thank you for joining. Great to see you. Yeah, so So let me review my trades one by one. And so my trade started here. My first trade I said was the Euro JPY, which I took on the 7th of November. And this was when I entered the trade. I saw the daily was up, and 30-minute was also up, and it was nicely bouncing on the Tenkan-sen and continuously went up. And in the daily time frame, it bounced on the Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, the green one, and then market was bullish continuously. So I was expecting the market continue to be bullish and breaks the daily resistance level of 148.40, and that's why I took that buy. Chikou span was also above the candles on both time frames, so that was a good confirmation. So I look for the entry edge on the M5, and I got these multiple confirmations: gold crossing stochastics and band walking towards the major direction, and also the trend line bounce. So I got multiple confirmations, and I saw also consecutive bullish in waves on the M5. So I was expecting the market doesn't break the trend line and continuously being bullish this way. But if the market goes back after I take a trade, then of course I will plan to exit, was my scenario. So like this, I always identify a trending market, the best one to trade, and then wait for the confirmations to happen, look for the entry confirmations, and take entries. And every trade I do this. I don't take trades by intuition, or I don't take trades by gut feelings. All the trades should be logical and rational like this way. So I was expecting the market goes up to the resistance level on the daily, and then what happened was that the market reversed. So initially the market went up, but then it just went backwards very heavily. And so this was where I entered the trade. And this was my stop loss, and the market just went backwards down and broke the trend line. So that's why I exited. So this trade I exited close to the stop loss, and that's why my drawdown was a bit bigger. That was 0.89% for two positions, almost 18% of drawdown. So my first trade of the month of November was not really good, but it's okay, we just keep going in this manner. So I was waiting for the next trending market, and then I happened to find the trending market on the Euro USD on the 11th of November. So this was my trade. I saw the 4-hour, Kumo was bullish, Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen both bullish, and Chikou span above candles. It broke the resistance also in the 4-hour and moving I wave nicely. And M30 also shows that it broke the M30 resistance, and the market is above Tenkan-sen, Chikou span above candles too, and Kumo is really thick in the 30-minute. So I thought that this is also a stable uptrend, and I was looking for the entry chance, and I captured here to buy. This was a 7:10 AM UTC on the 11th of November. I found the multiple confirmations here, so I took the buy. That was a Bollinger Band squeeze, and also this is counter trend line breakout, and also these engulfing and doji breaks. So when I see that, when I took the trade here, I didn't see the future. I didn't see these markets. I was here. But since 4 hours up and 30 is also up, what I expected was the market goes up and breaks the resistance on M5 first, and then keep on moving up on M5 like this as it follows the 4-hour uptrend. So like this, every time I enter trades again, I look for the trending market, a nice and stable trending market based on higher time frames by Ichimoku, and I take entries on the lower time frames like this in the 5. And I even take trades before the break on M5 resistance, like in this example. Because 4 hours up and 30 is up, so I can expect the market breaks the resistance on M5. So I got these questions like, do you wait for the breakout and retrace and buy? So for example, do you wait for that break and retrace, and do you buy here? And my answer is no, simply. Because of this kind of trade I take also. So, and that requires practice to be able to capture this kind of entry timing before the break happens and expect the market goes. But if you're not familiar with this kind of entry timings, then I recommend you to wait for the breakout and wait for the pullback or pushback, and then buy afterwards. But because I enter like this earlier timings, I can get more pips of profit along the way. So that was my second trade on the Euro USD. So 4 hour went up I wave, so I was also expecting the market might reverse. So if the market reverses this like this, then I was planning to exit on the trade. And then what happened afterwards was that the market just kept going up this way. This was a screenshot of my MT5 platform. So I took that trade here, and then the market, here I took the trade, and then the market went up and retraced, and then it bounced here. And on this bounce, you see a small doji candlestick, and the next candlestick became bullish. So when I saw that this one and this one also, two bullish candlesticks after this doji, then I was pretty confident that the market goes up towards my direction. So I was simply waiting for the chance to set the break even, and since the market went up towards my direction, I moved the stop loss to the break even. So I moved the stop loss slightly above the positions so that I don't lose anymore. So this is also my strategy to move the stop loss like this manually. Before I didn't know I can move the stop loss manually, but after I know we can do it, then I manage the stop loss accordingly. So this was a screenshot when I set the break even, and after I set the break even like this, I simply leave chart for hours. I simply leave chart for 2 or 3, sometimes 4 hours, and come back afterwards. So that was my second trade screenshot, okay, on the break even timing. Okay, and then what happened afterwards was that the market kept going up this way. The screenshot I made was around here, and then when I came back next time I was here. So I left the chart, this time I left the chart about 1 hour because soon there was a meeting. So I decided to come back and manage the stop loss, and I found this pushback over here. So I moved one of the stop losses below that pushback on M5, and second one I still keep it at the break even so that I start to trail the profits along the way. So in case if the market reversed backwards when I was away from the chart, I can still fix some profit and leave chart. So this is a way to become a non-losing trader. If you don't lose, then you can win trades, then that's 100% sure, right? So like this, I manage the stop losses accordingly, and I make sure I don't lose. And even if I lose small and small. And if I keep this money management skill, money management strategy, then I can make profits, and these profits should cover the previous losses. So, and then afterwards what happened was that here, so I moved the stop loss way up, way ago, and then here I come back to the chart, and the market, I found the market just kept going up this way towards my direction. So I simply keep trading the profits So I saw the previous pushback here. There was 2 dojis. So I saw that this support level was significant. Also, there was a previous resistance level here too. So I thought it's reasonable to put one of the stop losses here. And second stop loss a bit delayed here below these 2 supports. So I start to trail the profits along the way up towards my direction. So that was a screenshot. And then after that, the market went back. So this is a screenshot when I exit my trades. So again, I took the buy here. This was my buying entry. And after that, the market went up. I set the break even, and then it kept going up this way. And then I saw double top. I saw double top on M5. This is M5 again. And the neckline break on M5. And the market broke also the previous support on M5. So that's how I exited this trade. So simply the market hit these stop losses and I exited my trade. So, and as a result, I got 55 pips and 47 pips of profit by doing this. So that's also reflected on this spreadsheet, the next trade, the Euro USD. But again, the important thing, the most important is not to lose, Because if you don't lose, again, then all you can expect is running profits. So yeah, after I set the break-even line, I simply leave. So that was my second trade. And the third one I took was the AUD-CAD on the 15th. Sorry, this was actually posted on the 14th November. I took the trade. And also, I saw the 4-hour was bullish above the Tenkan-sen, bouncing on the Tenkan-sen and breakout in the 4-hour resistance. And 1-hour also was bullish Kumo and bullish Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen and breakout of the resistance. So I thought that this is a good chance to buy. And when I checked the M5, I found the entry confirmations. So I took that trade here. And I put the stop loss below this W bottom here. And I put the stop loss of 40 pips down. And then afterwards, what happened was that the market kept going up towards my direction. So this is when I set the stop loss, the screenshot on my MT5 platform. The market went up towards my direction and then ranges, but then broke. So I set the break even. So even if the market reverses, I don't lose in this particular trade also. So yeah, so this is when my trades become break even or win game, which everyone wants to play. So this is my mindset, is that my trade, my analysis, and my trades are not to expect a profit, but I think the game is until I set the break-even line. Yeah, my game is not to make profits. My game is to set the break-even and then leave chart. So yeah, and then this was towards the end of the day. And next morning I wake up and I found the market just hit the break-even and exited my trade. And that was my third one, AUD-CAD. I exited with a break-even like this. Let me, yeah, I exited with a break-even like this way. And yeah, let's see. So next one I took was the pound CAD on the 15th. And I happened to see like this, 4 hours bullish, 30 was bullish also. M5 showed a nice break of the resistance and a Fibonacci bounce and band walking, and I think I took the inside break. So I got multiple confirmations again on M5. So I thought that this is the perfect timing to be in the trade, and that's why I took the trade. 4 hour also shows that there was a resistances break. So that's also the reason why I took that trade. And after that, what happened was, and also I also checked the strength chart. I make the strength chart to be valid when I enter the trade. So this is pound CAD. I checked the strength chart also. And after that, the market went towards my direction. Again, this is the screenshot of my MT5. The market went up towards my direction, and this is when I set the break-even line, which I play in this Forex game, so that even if the market reverses back, I don't lose in this trade. So, and then what happened was the market kept going up towards my direction. So this is when I start to trail the profits. So one of the stop losses I placed below that doji, and another stop loss I placed it on the 50% to Fibonacci on this I wave, so that the market may retrace, but then I can take this profit here. And if the market goes up this way again, then I can trail on the second stop loss, like this way. So that was a screenshot on this one. And then let's see, 4 hour became flat. I think this was when I exited my trade. Yeah, so I exited my trade here on 1.5831 because I see the market reverse backwards, and I saw the bearish in wave or double top neckline break and continuously bearish. So I exited manually in this particular situation. So pound CAD, I took the profit of 115 pips on these two trades because I exited these two trades at the same time here. That was my profit. And after that, as I monitor the chart, the market just kept going down this way. So I caught the right exit timing to make that profit. So that was pound CAD. And then the next one is also another pound CAD on the 23rd of November. I was also seeing the chart and I saw another uptrend. So pound CAD just kept going up and up after this. So this was my second entry. I saw again 4 hour breaking the resistance, and Kumo's up, Kijun-sen up because of that breakout, and Chikou span above the candles, and 1 hour also shows bullish, and M5 shows like this. So my only concern was that this might be overbought. You see M5 is going up very strongly like this way. So my only concern was that this might be overbought, so the market may reverse. Also 1 hour Kumo is very thin and small, and that's why I was expecting the market might reverse, but then this was the only pair I can find the entry timing, and that's why I just took it. But again, because of this overshooting situation, I thought the market might reverse. So psychologically, I was planning to exit with a loss in this trade. I didn't really expect to make that big profit. But then after that, fortunately, the market kept going up towards my direction. So I set the break even and decided to leave chart. Yeah, and then afterwards, the market kept going up this way towards my direction. So this is where I entered the trade, and it just kept going up this way. So I moved the stop losses to trail the profits here. And the market just kept going up and up towards my direction. So this is another screenshot where I trail the profits along the way still. I'm fixing 47 pips and 99 pips along the way up and still trading the profits up because there's no reason to exit because it's going up continuously. And then after that I saw that the 4-hour became flat, Kijun Senkumo became flat, so I thought the market might reverse back. And on M5 I saw that there was a double top and the market had a reverse in the wave, bearish. And I saw that there is a bearish confirmations, and that's why I exited my trades. So that's how I fixed the profit of 136 on these two positions. And that was my best trade in the month of November. Pound CAD, 136 pips of profit like this way. So that was my best trade in November. And then I took another one on 24th CADJPY. I took the 4-hour and 1 hour and was looking for the entry timing on 5 minute. But again, I thought that this is a bit oversold because 4-hour Kumo is a bit thin and small. But I just took it because this was the only one I was able to find the entry chance. And I took the M5, showed double top and neckline break, and band walking, dead cross, and doji pin bar breaks, multiple confirmations that told me that the market is bearish, and sellers are following in M5, and that's why I took that trade by following the 4-hour downtrend. But again, on this one too, I was not really comfortable and confident that the market goes down towards my direction. If the market reverses, I was planning to exit quickly. And what happened afterwards was that the market went up against my direction as expected. So this was where I exited my trade. The market went up towards against my direction. It actually went up towards the 50% to stop loss, and I saw gold cross and 20 SMA break, and also this neckline of this double top break. I mean, there were some multiple reverse confirmations in this screenshot, and that's why I simply decided to exit in this earlier timing so that I don't lose anymore. So that was my not like a mistake, but that's what I was expecting to happen, and it was actually happening. So that's why I exited with the confidence here. So that was a CADJPY. I lost 11 pips times 2. And the next one I took was a pound USD. I also found the daily was up and 1 hour was up, M5 was also bullish. In this trade I was comfortable because daily broke the resistance of 1.20293, and also 1 hour was continuously bullish, Kijun Sen is up, Kumo is up also. So I was pretty comfortable with this trade. So I was kind of expecting the market runs up towards my direction and run profits in this one. So I took the 42 pips of stop loss and entered here. And then the market went backwards. Initially it broke and then reversed, but this hasn't reached back yet, so I keep holding, and then it broke again here. So I thought that the market goes up this way continuously, or it may retrace, but the market will be supported by one of these resistances and goes up this way, but it kept going down against my direction. And when I saw this reverse in the wave on M5, I decided to close my trades. So it was a loss also. Pound USD, I lost at 23 pips of 23 pips. That was my loss. And my last trade in the month of November was also a loss. That was Euro AUD. I bought it here. I saw the 4 hours up and 30 was up also. And I found the entry confirmation here. That was counter trend line breakout and Fibonacci bounce, and also doji reverse. And so I saw more buyers and sellers in this situation, and so I took the trade. But my only concern was, again, the 4-hour Kumo was a bit small. So this is a sign of the overbought. So it may be traced, but I had some successful trades in this particular Kumo on a pound CAD, and that's why I decided to take that trade. Also, I was making a good profits already, so I just took it on this Euro AD. And then after that, this is a screenshot of my MT5. The market initially went up towards my direction, but this was still too early to set the break even because I was only running a few pips, and so I moved the stop loss to below this support level on M5, and I take a lower risk in this way. And then afterwards, the market went against my direction. It was going towards the stop loss, so I decided to close my trade. So that was Euro AUD. I closed my trade with 19 pips of loss, and that was my last trade. But that was the right timing to exit, because after that I monitored the market kept going down against my direction after this double top. So in that sense, it was the right exit timing here, so that I don't lose the max drawdown 2% in this particular market. So that was my overall performance in the month of November, like this. So yeah, that was a quick review, but hope you learn something new, or something at least based on my trades, how I selected the pair, and how I took trades, and also the most importantly, how I exited with the losses in this way. So again, I keep the losses small as possible. If you look at my trades, these trades never hit the stop loss. I always exit before the price hit the stop loss, so that my drawdowns kept very small. Max drawdown was 0.89%. So I keep the losses small, but when it comes to making profits, I do in the big winners like this, so that I can draw the beautiful N wave graph, bullish N wave on the graph. So I keep winning trades and making profits along the way up, like in this way. Okay, so yeah, let me see some comments. Oh, I see lots of comments. Thank you so much for joining, everyone, again. Great to see you. I hope you're having a great Saturday and weekend today. Thank you so much for joining. In terms of the market analysis, let me do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, on Sunday, I will do the weekly forecast. So please join there and ask about the question about the charts. Today, let's talk about the performance. Okay, so now let me close the poll, and let me see how many was winning, how many was losing in this community. So okay, 56% loss and 44% win. Okay, so looks like there are more losing traders than the winning traders here. Okay, so let me see. Okay, yeah, thank you for joining, everyone. Great to see you. Great to see you. So I just reviewed all my trades in the month of November. So if you join newly now, please check the archive because I explained exactly how I took these trades, entries, and exits by screenshots. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so again, I don't care about the win rate. Win rate 37% is just enough for me because all it matters is the PF, the risk and the reward ratio overall in average in my trades. Okay. Oh, I think I got one of the most frequently asked questions about the fake resistance. There's no way to identify the fake resistance break or fake support breakouts. You can, however, you can deal with the fake outs by doing the proper risk management. If it becomes a fake out, then simply exit with a small loss, and that's the only way you can avoid. But in terms of Ichimoku, when you see Kumo up and Kijun-sen up, and especially when Kumo is thick and long, then it tends to break the resistances. But again, it's not 100%. So I think the risk management is the key. Okay, O says, hi Kei, can you share how you grow your capital over the last few years? How much do you withdraw in cash and how much do you reinvest in capital? I actually started with 10,000 back in almost like 10 years, 9 years ago, and then kept compounding, and I've added more money along the way, and I grow my account. So I think the trades should be you start small. I always recommend everyone to start small and grow it bigger along the way. Yeah, if I was asked to manage like a 400K back in 9 years ago, I would never able to manage psychologically because I will be seeing all these profits and losses, and I might get frustrated. So back then, 10,000 was just my psychology level of comfortable amount. But if you're not comfortable with 10,000, then you can start with 1,000 USD and start to keep compounding. Never withdraw, and just keep compounding and add more money along the way. Because you also have to see the performance along the way. Okay, what is your typical lot size? My lot size is calculated based on the pips to stop loss, and I take 2% to stop loss. Okay, Tiger says, I do trades in 15-minute and risk 0.8% per trade. Is that reasonable risk management, or do I need to lower the risk percentage down to 0.5% risk per trade? I never tried that kind of strategy, so I am not sure, to be honest. But my advice is to backtest on that risk management. If you do 100 trades, and if you see a good performance, then I think 0.8% will be good. But if your drawdowns be too big, then you might want to adjust it to 0.5% risk per trade. Yeah, but it's actually up to your strategy and also up to your max drawdown per trade based on the backtesting result. So the way I take trades every month, every time is purely based on my own strategy called KTS, Kei's trading strategy. So I do use Ichimoku Kinko Hyo in multiple time frames, and look for entries and exits like in this way. And I have tested my strategy. On these pairs on my watch list, I have I don't trade in New Zealand, but I take trades all these pairs on the right side, and I have back tested 100 times on every single pair, and I proved myself that my PF was above 5 with my strategy, and that's why they are here. But when I tested my strategy on NZD pairs, my performance was not really good, and that's why I simply don't take trades on the NZDs. Although sometimes NZD has big trends, because I couldn't prove myself that my system works, I simply don't take trades on NZDs. So like this, this is my case, but it may be different among the traders. It may be different from your performance. If you do well on New Zealand pairs, out of 100 trades, if you get the PF5, then you can take trades on the NZDs. Yeah, it was just my preference that I didn't do well, and that's why I don't take that. And also in terms of strategies, I don't simply use Ichimoku, multiple time frames, and entry M5. I don't simply do it just because I feel it works, but actually it works based on the back testings, and that's why I use it continuously. And also that's why I can't make comments on your original strategies. I can make comments, I can tell you exactly how to improve your trades if you use my strategy. But if you use some other strategies, other indicators, then I can't make comments. I can still make comments in general, but my advice may not really be good for you because, yeah, I don't use different strategies. Okay, Tiger says, how come you don't use the Heikin Ashi? Oh yeah, so this is another FAQs, but yeah, I prefer candlesticks because Ichimoku was made out of candlesticks, and Ichimoku works with the candlesticks. Simply that's why. In Heikin Ashi, you can't see the time cycles. You can't see the other Ichimoku strategies. You can't see the candlesticks engulfing breaks, doji breaks. You can't find the counter trend line breaks. You can't find the wicks up and down because it's opposite from the price, the candlesticks to Heikin Ashi. So I prefer candlesticks and see the patterns based on the candlesticks than Heikin Ashi. Okay, which broker is good for Forex trading? I personally use XM and it's been working great, but I recommend you to do your own research because the regulations and yeah, the limitations might be different among the regions. Okay, all right. Oh yeah, I'm planning to do the yearly review by the end of December or January. I will review the whole year of 2022 because I actually did it in the year of 2021. So I will plan to do it in January 2023. Okay. All right, but Darun, thanks for the comment. Yes, the risk management is really the key to success because risk management is closely connected to the psychology. So no matter which strategy you use, if you're good with the risk management and psychology management, basically you can win trades. But I prefer to use my own strategy because I prove that it works for me, and this is my original. I never learned this strategy from someone This is purely my original strategy, and I'm confident that it works from now on. Okay, thank you so much for joining, everyone. Holman, yeah, I have actually talked about the stop losses. Like here, you can see the stop loss, and also you can view the stop losses in the spreadsheet. You can see how many pips of stop losses took in the month of November, like this way. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, let me check some other comments from some other people here. Okay, Muhammad says, what is your idea about investment sites? They give investment and we trade and they share the profits. Investment sites? I never had experience, so I'm not really sure. I only trade Forex and I also trade gold, but yeah, I have no experience. Oh, Chu, congratulations. You passed 2 phases challenges on the funding program, so congratulations. Just keep going. But don't forget the rules. Always follow the rules and follow the discipline and never give up, and you should be fine. Yeah, Robert, you're welcome. Thank you for the comment. Yeah, Pal, I do use Kyushu Ashi, and yes, I can explain that, but I explain more about the Kyushu Ashi in my Ichimoku community. So yeah, if you're interested about the Kyushu Ashi deep knowledge and strategies, feel free to join so that you get more information. Yeah, Kyushu Ashi is actually another strategy of Ichimoku. Yeah, I have it here, the Kyushu Ashi indicator, which I created my own. So Kyushu Ashi works in higher time frames. And Kyushu Ashi is not to trade, but to capture the direction. So this is more of the Heikin Ashi, so to speak. Heikin Ashi or Renko Ashi than candlesticks. So at a glance, you know which one is uptrending, which one is downtrending by the Kyushu Ashi, like this. So I wrote the book about the Kyushu Ashi, and it's available in my Ichimoku community. O says, is it okay to increase my account size even if I'm a still break-even trader? No, you never increase account size if you are the break-even trader. You increase account size only when you start to win trades and start to make profits. Okay, ATR I don't use, so I'm not sure. I used to use it long ago, like 6 years ago, 5 years ago. I used to use ATR, but I don't use it anymore, so yeah, I'm not sure. Simply, I follow trends whenever I see the trending markets I follow, and simply when the market reverses, I exit. So I don't really watch the ATR in my strategy. Okay, Alfonso, you're welcome. You're welcome here. Okay, so that was my monthly review today of my trades. So I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. And so this is something I want to say today. I don't share my trades, I don't share my performance, of course not to show off, but I want you to learn something new based on my trades and based on my psychology and the philosophy of my trades as a trend follower based on Ichimoku Kinko Hyo. And that's my hope. And also, like I mentioned previously, my wish is for you to be, of course, success, but before that, to become a non-losing trader. So if you missed one of these trades for today's archive, please watch the archive and look back how I enter trades and how I move the stop loss break even and how I manage my positions along the way and how I exit my trades, so that you can do the same and you can take trades on your own without my support. So yeah, and that's my intention to share my performance. So I hope you learned something new today, and wish you have a great weekend still. So tomorrow I will do the weekly forecast. I will be checking the monthly and the weekly candles since new month is started. So yeah, I hope to see you there also. So until then, please stay healthy and stay safe and stay gold. Thank you so much everyone. またね. Bye for now.